Hello, periods 1, 2, and 3. Today in class, if you were absent, we are working through word problems. You will need your textbook open on one side of your iPad, split screen, and then the box page from Canvas in the other. We are on page 163. The top of the page says 15 through 21, but we're going to be kind of skipping some of them, so just follow along, please. Again, 163 textbook page on one side, open up that word, those blank box page on the other side. Okay, on number 15, we're going to start there. It says draw and label two triangles that each have an area of 24 square feet. Okay, so here's what we're thinking. Any two triangles with an area of 24 square feet. If it has an area of 24 square feet, remember the area is base times height divided in half. So in order to get, when you divide by 2, you get 24, the base and height is going to have to equal 48. For when you divide it in half, you get 24. So if we're thinking about some ways to get to 48, factors of 48, 1 and 48, 2 and 24, 4 and 12. I think 3 also goes in there. Maybe 16 times, no. What's 48 divided by 3? I was right. 16 and 3 is 48. 4 and 12, 5 doesn't go in, 6 does, 8 times, right? Okay, so there's lots of different ways to get to 48. We can use any of those to draw our two different triangles. Area is 1/2 base times height. To get a triangle with an area of 24 feet squared, these two, the base and the height, have to equal 48. So we just said 6 times 8 is 48. Half of 48 would be 24. So there's one triangle with an area of 24. Number 15 wants 2. Okay, so we can do another one. Again, you can choose any of those dimensions that get us to 48 over here. So we can do 4 and 12. 4 and 12, 4 times 12 is 48. Half of 48 is 24. Okay, so that's how we would do that first one. It does say to draw and label, so I can do that. I don't have a whole lot of room, but I will do it anyway. Again, base 6, height 8 feet for this one. Nothing has to be like, we're not getting exact dimensions here. We're just drawing a triangle. Base 4, height 12. There's your second one. Okay. Okay. Number 16. The wingspan of the triangular hang glider is 30 feet. How much fabric is needed to make the sail? Okay, it says the wingspan over here is 30 feet. So the wingspan is 30, which is the base. The height is 9. Okay, so area, how much fabric? It's a triangle. The glider is a triangle. So again, the base or the wingspan was 30. The height was 9. 30 times 9, 3 times 9 is 27, so 270. And half of 270 is 135. Okay. 17, you are going to mark off. We're not doing 17. Scooch up. 18. 18 says, you know the height and the perimeter of an equilateral triangle. Explain how to find the area of the triangle. Okay, so this one, just FYI. You know the height, the perimeter, equilateral triangle. Equilateral means all sides are the same. So let's just pretend it's 4 centimeters by 4 centimeters by 4 centimeters because equilateral, all sides are the same. And it says, you know the height. Okay, the height is probably not 4 centimeters. It's normally a touch longer, so maybe it's 5. It's not giving these, okay? It's just telling us, it's asking us, explain how to find the area of the triangle. Okay, how to find the area. You can say multiply base times height, then divide by 2. Okay. And then draw a diagram to support your answer. We did. Okay. If the base is 4 and the height is 5, base is 4, height is 5, half of 20 would be 10. Okay, so there's just an example. Centimeters squared. Let's look at 19. The base and the height of triangle A are half the base and the height of triangle B. Okay, so half. Triangle A, we're going to label A's over here. Triangle B's over here. Triangle A is half as much as triangle B, so let's do B's first. And again, you can choose these dimensions. So let's use easy numbers that we know how to do. 10 is the base, 14 is the height. There's triangle B. Triangle A is half as much. So if it was 10 over here, it would be 5. Half of 14 is 7. Okay. If we wanted to find the dimensions of both, triangle A, 1/2 base times height. The dimensions were 5 and 7. Half of 35, that's an odd number, so we're going to have a 0.5, would be 17.5. Triangle B formula. The area of triangle B, the base was 10 and the height was 14. So half of 140 is 70 units squared. Okay. Okay, and then the next one, or the last one we're going to do is number 20. And guys, this one you have to think, okay? So, and it even says critical thinking for number 20. It says the total area of the polygon is 176 feet squared. So it's talking about that trapezoid over to the right. Find the value of x, though the bases of those triangles, okay? We know that the total area is 176, so we're going to have to do some work. We need to figure out, we need to start with what we know. We know the area of that rectangle inside. That would be part of the area. So let's start with that. So the rectangle inside is a 16 by 8. Or 128, okay, square feet. I'm gonna write that in a different color if I can. I messed up. Okay, maybe I can't. This is 128 in here. Okay, what else do we know? If you look over here at this diagram, we've got two triangles on the side of this rectangle. We know the height of the triangle is 8. We're trying to figure out the base, okay? Remember that it told us that the total area is 176 feet. We're gonna use that now. As of right now, we've got 128 square feet in that rectangle. So we need to do 176 is the total. So far, we've found 128 feet. Let's subtract and figure out how much more. Okay, 48 square feet is what's left. There are 2 triangles, guys. So each triangle's area is going to be 24 feet squared because there's 2 of them. The combined triangles need to be 48 square feet, so 24 square feet per triangle. Okay, if we come back over here and we draw the rest of this, the height is 8. 8 times something divided in half needs to give us 24. 8 times what will give us 24? You can't do 3 because 8 times 3 is 24, but then you divide it in half because it's a triangle, so that would be 12 and 12. So that wouldn't be right. You want it to be 48, so 8 times 6 is 48. Half of 48 is 24 feet squared. So that triangle, the base of x, when we're finding x on here, has to be 6. And then on this side, it would be 6 as well. That would give this triangle 24 area, this triangle 24 area, and if you add that up, 128, and then the 2 24s, which is 48, we get that 176 area that they had mentioned, that the total area was 176. All right, guys, I know that was a toughie. We're not doing this one. You're welcome. Okay. Word problems, okay? It really, really helps if you will use pictures to help you, okay? Double check Canvas. There may or may not be a CFA, a common formative assessment. If there is a link for a CFA, you will need to do that. There won't be a folder to submit it in. You'll want to email that to me, please. All right, and if there's no link for a CFA, then that is all we're doing today.